Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
K-pop news, and from the looks of it, it's gonna be what, all NewJeans? Nobody else is having any news, just NewJeans. What's going
oh,
on?
she's trying to get the page shut down.
Okay, Hee Jin disappeared. What's really happening with NewJeans and Hive? Yeah, where is Hee Jin at? We haven't seen her. Let's see.
At least a new photo of her, like what she's
And more
wearing. 'Cause
importantly,
I know she
where
has
is
more shirts than that green shirt we keep seeing her in.
I don't know.
Hee Jin right now? So, let's break it down. NewJeans wanted out of Hype, but legally, that was never really an option. Their contracts are locked in until at least 2028, and there's no shady contract loophole to
Do you
exploit.
think they're gonna wait?
No unfair pay, no
They have to.
mistreatment, none of the usual legal firepower needed to win a case like this. But the strategy wasn't just about contracts. It was about public sentiment. They took their fight beyond the courtroom. Going live,
Do you think
speaking
if
of
they go back to Hype, that Hype will invest in them more than they would, given that their contract is almost up?
Hive will invest as much as money they can make. So if it brings profit, they're gonna invest. If it doesn't bring profit, they're not gonna invest. It's that simple. It's
That
about
sounds
making
like
money.
a normal business.
Yeah.
National Assembly, even calling out industry issues. The goal? Make this a moral fight, not just a legal one. And while all this was happening, Hee Jin, she disappeared from the spotlight.
I wonder how
Why?
long their contracts were. I feel like they could have held it.
7 years, all of them standard.
Yeah, but then why they started this commotion? They could have held it in for just like 2 more years.
Because seems like they got a little in their heads that they're bigger than they are.
Or, she legally can't be involved right now. If she was caught influencing NewJeans' decisions, that's tampering with contracted artists. Bad news for her lawsuit. So instead, she let the girls take the hits. But don't think for a second that she's just sitting back. Reports say she's been meeting business investors and industry figures behind the scenes. And let's be real, NewJeans fans, they're just as loyal to her as they are to the group. So when she comes back with a new project,
Really?
That's the part I don't understand. Like, why
know.
are bunnies loyal to Hee Jin? Hee Jin is the one who put them in this situation.
Yeah.
Y'all should be not fucking with Hee Jin, not like
know.
rapping her hard. I don't understand that.
I was not getting that energy that the fans were still supporting me.
I don't understand what's their support about her. She's the one who fucked the whole group up. I don't get it.
Because I
Yes.
thought we were under the same page. Like, oh, maybe not. Maybe because the girls still support her. They're like, okay, by proxy.
Maybe.
who's following? Meanwhile, Hybe, yeah, they technically won. NewJeans is still under their control. But at what cost? Their reputation took a huge hit. And let's not forget the rise of Illit, Hybe's new girl group. That's already being called a NewJeans 2.0 situation. But the real question,
What NewJeans 2.0 situation?
Oh.
In what sense?
group,
Hold
that's
up.
already being called a NewJeans 2.0.
This was
Really?
evident in the series of the blah 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 Hanni's blah blah blah, a single former island manager. The debate globally, self-proclaimed status as revolutionaries.
You know, I
I
have a
don't-
thought.
What?
I wonder. Okay, so NewJeans haven't performed for quite a minute now, and as this time is going on, Hybe is losing money. Adore is losing money. So when
No,
it
they're
com-
not losing money because they're not investing in them.
Yeah, but okay.
They're not
so-
making money, but they're not losing either.
Yeah, but I think there's still an issue if we have a contract and you're not making me money.
Yes, but they're not costing them either. Like, they're not living in the dorms. They're not feeding them.
Mhm.
You know, all that stuff. They're not. So it's
They had a dorm. They were living. They moved
they
out.
were.
They
but I'm
were.
saying, right at this
So,
time.
but
not,
don't you think they contracted out that space for a set amount of time?
No, that's their own building. They own the building. I'm sure they put already some new trainees in there. I don't think that's an issue.
Because I'm wondering, okay, the said lost profits.
Okay, if you want to count lost profits, for sure, yes. But like actual losses, no.
Because right now they miss this gig out, but they didn't even Hype didn't even book this gig.
Also,
But no one is even performing really right now.
to be fair with the lost profits, I don't know if you can, because look at the other labels, they're all losing money. SM, YG, they lost
Well,
money. So how you can even do the lost profits? Maybe you would have lost money, you know?
For me, I would think, okay, if there's an event that you would have seen NewJeans in, okay, that's a lost profit. Like, if Hype was gonna book,
Send Eyelid or Lesser Film there. They have groups to send there. Why does it have to be NewJeans? They can send someone else.
so then we're saying that the girls would not owe the company any money then.
girls would owe money, company the
Cause,
money for the breach of contract, whatever is termed in the contract. But
cause you could send other girls, but they're not part of Adore. The other girls would be from another
you have a
unit.
point, yeah.
So
Just a different company.
Adore is
I
like,
guess
where's
the
my
question
bag?
is the contract with Adore like
They said, "Where's my
yeah.
bag with my money?" They have staff in the door. They're not making
You
the
do have a
money.
point. I keep
Where's
kind
my
of
money?
mixing them up. They are separate companies, though. Yeah. As far as Adore goes, yes, Adore is heavily dependent on
Because
NewJeans. Yeah.
right now we've seen Adore had to deviate and had to do like what you call it, the recruitments. So they have
Yeah,
to
the
send
new
out,
trainees. Yeah.
yeah, they have to send out agents. Let's find new trainees to put
Mhm.
into that spot
Yeah.
because they can't just put another girl in.
Yeah.
situation. But the real question, what happens to NewJeans? They're caught in legal limbo, at the peak of their careers. And as Hien herself said, people treat us like kids when it's convenient and expect us to act like adults when it's not. So, are they truly independent idols? Or just pawns in a
Hmm.
bigger corporate battle? So, did anyone
New
actually
picture
win
of
this
me,
fight?
Jen?
Or was it all just one big mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my second YouTube channel.
I don't really know what she said in this video.
I don't
I
know.
don't
Do
feel
you
like she said
think
anything.
they also are guilty playing the kid and adult card too as well? Because I feel like they play into
Well,
that mold too as
no, they
well.
don't. You put them in that mold. They
What do you
never played
mean?
that mold.
Like, oh, but
They
when,
didn't play
okay,
that
so for
mold.
example, when we talk about bullying, I expect them to be a professional in handling this, not saying, oh, this person did something to me, and then they're reporting it to improper channels now.
Okay.
That's acting like a child.
That I'll give you that. That is true that it is
Mm-hmm.
complaining about some things like bullying in the
Mm-hmm.
world. That is very childish.
Taking
Yeah.
it to social media when you have to deal with this with the courts, that's acting like a child. Now
Nah, adults do that too. They're trying
they're
to win the
acting very
battle.
childlike. Cause what we gonna do with this information? We can't do nothing for
Okay.
you. You're asking us to team up and to bully for you on your behalf. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
But then when they want to play adult, well, we should be able to make these contracts on our own, like we bosses. Yeah. So I feel like it goes both ways.
Hmm. Did Wendy really look pissed? Breaking down viral and mixed Lily RBB clip. What? Let's see.
I want to see.
Red
I'll tell
Velvet
you.
really
if
looked
she
pissed
pissed.
after NMIXX's Lily
Where?
sang RBB live. Or are fans just reading too much into it? Let's break
What
it
is
down.
RBB?
Lily absolutely nails those high notes. No surprise, she's one of the top vocalists of her generation. But this moment right here, yeah, this is what's got the internet in a frenzy. A viral tweet with over 3.3 million views claims
Hard to say anything with that picture. We need
Yeah,
a
that was
video,
a
not a
short
picture.
clip.
Yeah, we need a
Yeah.
video.
Wendy looked mad. But hold up,
Maybe her
is
eyes
this
are
a pissed off
itchy.
face? Or just a, dang, she really did that face? Because let's be real.
I mean, could you just momentarily go like from smile to like, like readjusting, like what? So what
I
she's
don't know, this
supposed
is
to
just 2
smile the whole
seconds.
time?
I
Yeah,
don't know,
this
this
is
is 2 seconds of a
you
clip.
can't do nothing.
Wendy
with
knows
that.
how hard RBB is to sing. Fans point out that Wendy has this exact reaction when she's impressed. Some people just don't show excitement the same way. Wendy is literally
Yeah.
the biggest vocal supporter. This is such a reach.
This is
Why
a
are people always
reach.
trying to create
Yeah,
drama?
I don't know.
So,
Whatever.
Yeah, because we're bored.
Yeah,
We're
there's.
bored. We need like some
I
sort of,
can't say
topic to
nothing
talk
about that, yeah.
about.
Okay, NewJeans BBC interview sparks backlash. Fake
They did
tears,
an
a little struggle.
interview.
We offer one-line wireless plans with no hidden fees for just $25 a month on Verizon's.
the ongoing conflict between Hee Jin, Adore, and Hybe has been one of the most talked about issues in K-pop this year. And now, NewJeans' recent BBC interview has added another layer to the conversation. Hanni, one of the group's most prominent members, opened up about the emotional toll the situation has taken on her and her fellow members. But rather than garnering
Hold up, can I see
universal
what she
sympathy,
said? Let's go back.
another layer to the conversation. Hanni, one of the group's most prominent members, opened up about the emotional
I'm not Korean, so I don't have any family here either. So my parents aren't, the whole family's in Australia, so everyone is very much concerned. I remember my mom calling me one time and she felt really sad that we had to go through this.
toll the situation
When I heard this, I felt really sad because I think it's the same for all of us. If we knew we were going to go through this, maybe we would have chosen.
has taken on her and her fellow.
Chosen what?
Oh, a different route, probably.
Oh.
Oh, that was big. That's showing some regret.
Yeah. I mean, She
That's
probably
showing some
thinking,
regret.
damn, like our contract literally gonna be done in 2028. Do we have to do a commotion when we're at
That's
our
showing
peak?
regret.
At our peak?
Yeah.
And now we gotta see Let's Film do their dance for hot.
That's showing regret. They're starting to
They have
reconsider
some. Okay.
things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Living doesn't work that way, but I just living what? Living doesn't work that way, but I just feel really sorry for my parents that they have to see me going through this while they live in a different country. But it's okay, we will get through it.
fellow members. But rather than garnering universal sympathy, her words and
Mm.
tears have sparked mixed reactions, ranging from support to harsh criticism. So, what exactly did she say? Why is this interview causing such a stir? And how does it connect to the broader tensions involving Illit, Hybe, and Ador? Let's break it all down. Hanni speaks out on the impact on another team. In the BBC interview, Hanni addressed a
Oh.
sensitive point: how the ongoing issues surrounding NewJeans have impacted another group, while she didn't explicitly.
Is she gonna say sorry?
Why are we talking about the interviews
I think-
about
I
New
think-
Jeans?
I
Why are
think-
we talking about another group?
I think
For
this is
fuck's
like her kind
sake.
of low key apologizing. Low key.
Name names. Many believe she was referring to Illit, Hybe's new girl group, which has been caught in the crossfire. Hanni stated, "We're not that comfortable about constantly bringing up the situation because we know it involves another team, and we don't want to affect that team in any
Is that
way
lit?
because
Is
there's
that
no
lit?
need for that. There really is no
Well,
need
that's
for
not
that."
an apology.
This remark is significant because
do
Illit
you
has
mean it's no
already
need
been
for
at the
that?
center of
No need for that. No need for that.
They don't want to
No
break
need
them
for
up.
that. Oh no. Oh
accusations
my gosh.
that their concept copied NewJeans. These allegations fueled tension between Ador
Uh-oh.
and Hybe, with fans and industry insiders closely scrutinizing the similarities between the two groups. But while some took Hanni's words as a sign of maturity and responsibility, others felt differently. Critics argued that NewJeans, and by extension, Hee Jin, had already played a role in directing negative attention toward Illit.
Exactly.
To them, this
Take
statement felt insincere,
accountability.
especially coming after NewJeans lost their legal battle to separate from Hybe. One online commenter wrote, "The fact that they said they are trying to protect another group from being attacked. It's just so,
You know what I
so
don't
fake."
understand? She walked up to that meeting and she cried. Why were you crying? What did they do to you? You said it's not a big deal in your text, so why are you crying?
And she's trying out for a K-drama?
I don't know, but this is making me mad.
Too late, Hanni. OMG, can they stop with the fake tears and reverse viral marketing? Clearly,
Because
not everyone
why
is
did you
convinced by
cry? Oh my god.
and NewJeans' attempt to distance themselves from the controversy. Hanni's emotional moment, sympathy or strategy. During the interview, Hanni also spoke about how the situation has affected her personally. She got emotional when discussing her family, who live in Australia, and how difficult it has been for them to watch her go through this.
Can
from
you
afar.
imagine
not Korean,
Eyelit,
so I don't have
a
any fam-
younger group, and their family must feel that this much older group was putting them in a harsh lines of fire for the whole social media to come after Eyelit, to flame and roast them?
They needed to apologize.
They need to
They have to
apologize,
apologize.
guys. They gotta apologize.
This is good. I mean, this is step forward.
This is all about her.
No,
how it make her feel. She is
right.
not considering
It's
the other
still-
side at all.
To me, this shows a little bit of change
Girl.
of heart, so it's good. But apology needs to be as loud as the
Yeah,
whatever
the
other shit,
disrespect.
so, yeah.
family here either. So my parents and whole family are in Australia. So everyone is very much concerned. I remember my mom calling me one time, and she felt really sad that we had to go through this. She then hinted at regret over how things have played out. If we knew we were going to go through this, maybe we would have chosen. This emotional moment led to a wave of divided reactions.
Chosen
Some
what?
fans sympathize with Hanni, saying that the struggles of young idols in the industry are often overlooked, but others saw it as a calculated move.
Yeah, but that's
An
not how you
attempt
go
to
about
garner
it.
public sympathy after
You
a
don't
legal
try to take
loss.
down another
One
group.
particularly harsh critic wrote, "It's the same crocodile tears, all over again, and Hanni as a person sickens my spirit." Just 2 weeks ago, she directly implicated Illit in one of the dumbest legal battles of all time. But now, after getting exposed for being a liar and losing
saw
the
the
injunction,
video.
she suddenly wants to avoid mentioning another team. She's
Yeah.
absolutely disgusting. Such strong
Well, she's not
Well,
disgusting, but
she-
she's just a little
She
heartless.
never.
She's
She
heartless.
didn't mention eyelid though. Like,
What do you mean? We're discussing about the video. We all saw the video. The whole world saw it. What we were waiting for the whole time. And those girls, they bowed. Even she semi
it's not
bowed.
that. I'm just like, she never like threw eyelid under the bus. It was everybody assumed it was eyelid. The problem.
But that was the group that walked out.
That's the problem when the text messages became, public. That we all saw it was about eyelid. So this is a tough situation. I don't know.
I mean, listen.
Cause she never like came out and said, "Oh, fuck these eyelid girls." She never like said that. She complained about Min Hee Jin in the private conversation. She complained about eyelid girls, fine, but that's private behind closed doors.
I think where it comes to the copying and that's Minnie Jin. But for Hanni to say like, cause obviously bullying, you get some bad ramifications in the K world. So to put that accusation, you might as well.
What bully? Who's bullying who? What are
Or
you talking about now? Who's-
Hanni saying eyelid didn't
Eyelid
say
bullied
hi.
them?
No, I said Hanni saying that eyelid didn't say hi
Oh,
and kind of treat them like in a way that.
okay.
So just by saying that and looking at the community, everyone's in an uproar because now we had to have this whole investigation go down, wasting people's resources to people who probably are
Yeah,
actually in a
but
bad
once
situation.
again, that
Like
the
Maiden.
comment she made was
Uh-huh.
private conversation behind closed. Well, it wasn't behind closed doors. It's just private text. She didn't go out to
Well,
public and
what was she
drag
expecting?
eyelid in
No, but what was she
public.
expecting to tell that to Min Jin? You want Min Jin to do something? They wanted like the other party to apologize to them. They wanted an apology.
I don't know. Let's. I don't know how I feel about this. Let's move on.
Words reflect
Mm-mm.
just how polarized the
'Cause,
reactions to this
why you
interview have
complain?
been.
Because Minnie Jin
Why
is
the
not your girlfriend who you kiki with. You tell her because you have a problem and you want her to do something about it because that's her job. Unless you are confusing Minnie Jin as your bestie, so that you could do pillow
Well,
talk.
she was the sixth member of the group. No?
Yeah, but then okay, so now you're acting like a child.
That is definitely childish. I agree with that.
Backlash. The key reason why this interview is rubbing people the wrong way comes down to timing and perceived hypocrisy. For months, NewJeans and Min Hee Jin have been engaged in a public feud with Hybe, one that included accusations of mistreatment, artistic theft, and mismanagement. Along the way, it became an unintentional casualty, with many fans of NewJeans openly attacking the rookie group for supposedly copying their seniors. Now, with the court ruling not going in their favor, some believe NewJeans is trying to shift the narrative, presenting themselves as victims, while downplaying their past involvement in the drama. Furthermore, some fans believe
I don't remember exactly what she said in the court, if she mentioned eyelid by name or not. Because if she did mention eyelid, then
Well,
then
don't they
yeah.
have to identify who's the party that we're seeing in the video? When you go to
Well,
court,
it
you have to
wasn't
identify
about
who's in the
it. It
video.
was honestly, it wasn't about eyelid. It was about the manager
But the manager of who?
of another label.
That is.
Oh no.
You gotta identify the people in the video.
that this BBC interview is an attempt at damage control. The fact that it was conducted with an international outlet rather than a Korean one suggests that NewJeans might be trying to rally global support, especially after facing criticism in South Korea. But whether this strategy will work remains to be seen. At the end of the
No,
day, the
will it
NewJeans
work?
BBC interview
I feel like
is a reflection
BBC should do its due diligence and look at their video to see if their claims that they're making is valid. Of course, they're gonna take the interview because they know that people gonna watch and they get paid for watchers, like people to look at this stuff. So, what was the point of this interview? For to make money on both sides. I wonder if they got paid for this interview.
If I could turn
NewJeans'
back
image
time.
is shattered. K-netizens call them arrogant.
I can see it. It's
They come
annoying.
off arrogant. They do come off arrogant.
just ruined their pure and fresh image. Fans are not happy
Kinda,
after
yeah.
a recent press conference went viral. And this reaction from Hien, it's got K-netizen
What? Why was the sound muted there?
viral. And this reaction from Hien, it's got K-netizens fuming.
Oh. What?
That
can
pure
you-
and innocent image,
Oh.
gone. They tasted success too young. Now look at them.
What?
She looks like a middle-aged divorcee in court.
Oh, no,
Okay.
that's me. That's too much.
Whatever.
No,
No, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. What?
That's too much. No,
I
no,
don't
no.
see what. Just because she's frowning at something, her image is ruined.
We're not making fun of the people. No, no,
Nah,
no.
that's I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. She did that. Like just a facial expression, no context, no nothing. I will. Come
Tragedy
on, you
has struck
better.
the
NewJeans versus reality, the lawsuit no one asked for. Are we just milking the same topic over and over again?
K-pop world. 5 members of NewJeans, a group that was once thriving under the company that built their careers, are now suing the very people who gave them everything. And now their fans, yes, the same fans who used to cheer for them,
Oh, this
are
is
spending
something
their
new.
hard-earned money on trucks. Because nothing says, I support my idols. Like funding a traffic jam outside a corporate office. A fight you can't win. Wake up. Honestly, these signs could be directed at the group instead. Because let's be real, if you want to take on $1 billion company, Maybe don't do it when you
So I
have
guess
5
they send the
people
trucks.
and a lawyer who just got their law degree from the University of Google. But don't worry, NewJeans is out here, suffering, performing overseas, getting magazine covers, and dragging K-pop in foreign interviews. Yes, their struggle is just like yours.
It's okay. These videos are starting to become too one-sided for me. It's just like at this point, it's just dragging. Kind of want facts, not just. I think let's skip the last one. It seems like I don't think there's gonna be anything new.
Okay, guys, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.